Okay, let's have a quick look at this and prove that the product of any three consecutive integers is a multiple of 6. Okay, so if you think about it, if you got 1, 2, 3, eventually 1, 2, 3, that's got a multiple of 3. Okay, and then if you go 1, 4, 5, 6, you got a multiple of 3 here and a multiple of 2, which is going to give me 6. You got a multiple of 2 and 3, that's going to give me a multiple of 6. It's going to happen, whatever we take, that's going to have a multiple of 3 and 6 in it. The first ones have a multiple of 3 and 6, and if we kept on going, this will happen. So how do we prove that? So first of all, we can start off with our n value. So we could say, you could call it your first number n, then your second number n plus 1, and then your third number n plus 2. Okay, and like I said, one of those has to be a multiple of 3. So I'm just going to say so from here, since one of them's got to be a multiple of 3, I'm just going to write that one of these must be a multiple of 3. Okay, it's best to state that. I know I'm talking over it, but when you're proving it, it's best to write it down so you're telling the examiners exactly what you do. Okay, so let's just start, and I'm going to just start with this. Doesn't matter which one you call, it should all drop out. So if I say let n equal 3m, because one of them, like I said, when it goes in that period of 1, 2, 3, one has to end up multiple of 3. So let's just call that 3m. Okay, so if that's 3m, the next one's going to be 3. So n plus 1 must equal 3m plus 1, and n plus 2 is going to be 3m plus 2. Okay. Go for that. Now we also know that so we've got these, because we'll take the product. So if we do 3m multiplied by 3m plus 1 multiplied by 3m plus 2. Now what we also need to know that when this is a multiple of 3, it is even. This is an even number. Okay, when it's a multiple, well, 3 doesn't have to be an even number. Sorry, I take that back. We know that's going to be a multiple of 3, and then when we go 1 up. So if this is, let's just say, if this is even, then consecutive, that will be odd, and that will be even. Okay, or if this was odd, this will be even, then this will be odd. Okay, either way, one of the other two numbers has to be an odd number. Okay, so what am I trying to say here is, so this is a multiple of 3, so I'm going to take that 3m out, call that 3m plus 1, and call that 3m plus 2. Now what I'm trying to say is, now if m is even, let's just call that 2k. Okay, then we're going to have n equals 3m, which is 3 times 2k. That will be 6k, and that is a multiple. Then that will be a multiple. Then the expression will be a multiple of 6, which we're trying to prove. Now if m was odd number, so let's just say it was 2k plus 1, because they're consecutive numbers. Okay, we can go that one. Then n would equal 3 times 2k plus 1. Okay, so we can't do nothing there. Okay, that'll be just 3, multiple of 3. However, the next number, which we said n plus 1, okay, so n plus 1, because that's n plus 1 would equal, if we times that out, so that's going to give me 6 k plus 3. Okay, and 6k plus 3, and if I add 1 to that, in this expression, I'll get 6k plus 4, and that will be even. So that, I'm just going to get a factor of 2 out, which will give me 3k plus 2. Now when I've got this expression at 2, and then we said that this was not a multiple, so use a red pen. So now I've got these two situations. Okay, this is an odd number and it's not a multiple. So this is an odd number, which is a multiple of 3, and this is an even number, okay, which is the next consecutive number from n, which is n plus 1. But when I multiply this, 3 times 2, it's going to give me 6, and we don't need to expand the other brackets, and that will be whatever the other brackets are. It's going to end up being a multiple, and will end up being a multiple of 6. Okay, so it's a bit tricky. You just got to take your time. Show that the first one, when it's even, it's straight away the multiple 6 comes out. Okay, because 3 times any even multiple of 2 will give me 6. However, the next one, you've got to set for the first one is an odd number, which is a multiple of 3, such as 9. And then after 9, 10, 9 comes in. 9 times 10 gives me 90, and 90 will be a multiple of 6. Okay, so the next one's going to be even times in it. Okay.